The etiquette when you're dealing with someone else's client. This is a big one. This is one that is not talked about nearly enough, but this is a pitfall in this game that most fall victim to. Now, some are able to recover, but there's a lot of bridges that are burned. There are a lot of people who are blackballed for this very reason. Now, what does it mean when you say someone else's client? Oftentimes, if, I have a security company and someone may call me while I'm already out with a client and they say, hey, I need, I'm in town or I'm traveling here. I need security. Because they trust me, I've worked with them before, they value my judgment. They may ask me, if you're not available, give me someone who you recommend. Well, if you've been doing this a while, or if you've got a company like I do, you call someone and send them with them. Now, this can get tricky for new guys because what may happen, and this happened to me, so I know that this happens, someone will ask for your help and send you with a client that they put you on and that recommended you, right? So you wouldn't have this contact with this client if it wasn't for them. They were the ones who started it. When you get with that client, there is an etiquette to how you need to conduct yourself. You're in close quarters with this client. You're traveling with this client. You're oftentimes developing a relationship, a business relationship with them, and they get comfortable with you and they may like the way you work. Sometimes they may even like the way you work more than the person who recommended you, right? And so this creates a problem. And what a lot of people end up doing, sometimes it's at the client's urging, and sometimes it's just the guard who says, hey, man, if you ever need me, here's my number. Take my number. I have my own company. You can use me. And you get into a gray area. This is where ethics comes into play. You've got to have high moral fiber to be in this game. Because if you put me on to a client, I cannot go to that client and tell them to just hit me next time, just hit me personally. And, the Bible says, don't build your house on another man's foundation. What that means is you got to respect what is someone else's and don't try to take what's theirs and keep it for yourself, especially when they've entrusted you and gave you the opportunity. This becomes an issue. And I can tell you so many stories of guys that this backfired on. They get their first taste of some work and they overstep and they try to steal someone else's client. And it may work for a little while, right? You may get the client for a few months. They may start calling you. But as they say, God don't like ugly. And I've seen it backfire, and that client ends up always going back to the person who they were with. And then after that, you as that guard, you have completely burned that bridge. And that person who was providing you work is no longer calling you. And you get so many guys who've been doing this a while, and they wonder why they stop getting calls. It's because too many times you were shown to have no moral fabric. You go where the money is, and you are an opportunist. The people who stay in this game the longest, the people who get the most work, are people who operate with high ethical standards. And the proper way to handle that is if a client comes to me, if another guy gives me work and says, hey, can you handle my client while they're in Atlanta? I need you and your team, whatever the case is. Me and my team go in, we with the client. They say, hey, man, we like the way you guys work. You guys may even be better than the guys we're used to. It is on me and my team to thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, so-and-so connected us. Man, whenever you guys need us, just hit up so-and-so and we'll be available. That's what you have to do. You've got to have enough, whatever that thing is, to not try to steal when you can steal, right? That's integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one is watching. And those are the people who continue to get work. And those are the people who stick around. Keep that in mind. That is a huge lesson. That's something that's not talked about in security, but it is a big pitfall that I have seen many, many people fall into. Don't steal clients, because one day you may have multiple clients who call your name and call your number. And when you look around and say, okay, I'm going to put you with my guy. I know a good guy over here. And that guy is with your client. You wouldn't want them to do you that way. And that's what a lot of people don't consider, right? The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.